Welcome to VJ's Spot. Didn't expect that right at the beginning, did you? I just wanted to say too, just remember, intermittent fasting on my Fridays, it is just not for intermittent fasters. It is for everybody because I'm going to put tidbits of everything in about life in my intermittent fasting videos. We're going to get this show started. I am back in this mirror again. And the reason I'm like this, because I wonder as we get older, even if you're 35, and I always like that age because women are full of life. I know this got nothing to do about intermittent fasting, but in a way it does. Life takes us in so many directions. The kids are pulling, the job is pulling, your husband's pulling, your partner is pulling, and you don't have time for you. I know there are so many women I know and friends. When I met them 30 years ago, they dress, they look completely different. Why? There's always a resolution in something. I still wear my makeup, always have, and gonna wear it as long as I can. And even if you've been married for 40 years, I mean, why aren't you still looking good? Why? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? But there are so many women that are so busy, and men, that don't take care of themselves. I don't care if you're 215 pounds. I don't care if you're slim and trim. We need to take care of our bodies. Yes, we need to eat right, and I'm still working on that. I still look good. And that's what I want. As you age, don't think that you can't still look good and feel good. You're gonna like yourself at the size that you are. I had friends that took care of their nails, they took care of their feet, and they don't do anything now. You know? So you want to feel good on the outside also. I talk more about the inside, but I just want to talk about the outside a little bit. You can change it up. You know? I want to say it, I'm going to laugh, and I know he going to laugh. What is it? The weightlifting geek. I'm probably saying it wrong. But I had called it by mistake, and he's so used to seeing me with makeup. He's like, and even when I laugh, I got more lines up here. But I am so grateful to be able to share that with you, because just because your hair starts thinning out, or you gain some weight, or somebody tell you fat, well, let me stop that. But no, when someone says something negative, honestly, it will not affect you, and you let it affect them, and you roll on. Okay? But I just wanted to say that a little bit. But you know my thing. I'm going to say, I will see you in a moment. I'll be a little cuter too. And this video is going to get started.
Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid.
Well, hello again. Look a little better, huh, than when you first saw me before. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make me some coffee. Y'all know what I do, because as being a creator, you always want to have you some coffee going. I think I'd start drinking more coffee. But today we're not talking about that. We're going to talk a little bit about intermittent fasting. We talked a little bit from the beginning about the outside. And also I talked a little bit about Weightlifting Geek, because he had called me. No, I called them by mistake. I always was hitting the button on Instagram, and I got Patrick. I mean, they picked up right away. Patrick and Weightlifting Geek. Let me tell you, I know if I'm in trouble, I know who to call, okay? And I didn't have my makeup on, my hair, and I know he was like, he couldn't figure out who it was. I want to talk about today, because I'm always on Friday talking about intermittent fasting. And my sister said something. She said she's my little manager and she's not getting paid. And she said, Betty, how many times do you think everybody's going to come back every week to talk about intermittent fasting? And she is so right. In a way, she is right. Okay? Because I want my intermittent fasting not to only talk about weight on the outside, because we always know, coffee's ready, we always know that it's not about just food, okay? And that's why I talk about the outside, I talk about our inside, and you're part of a family where somebody may be overweight or they may be underweight, and you're trying to help them too, or you hear something and you're like, goodness, I could bring a salad in instead of that oxtail. Hint, hint, hint. You already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about stress. Are you living? Are you just existing? Family life, raising teenagers. That's what got me old, raising teenagers. You know, a little bit about everything of intermittent fasting. We're going to bring that all together. Sometimes we're going to go shopping. I'm just going to do different things on intermittent fasting. So please come on along with me on this journey. I am Betty J. Gathers, daughter of Jean Grey. And every time I say Jean Grey, I think about my mom. Oh my goodness, I think about my mom. And those of you that have not subscribed, why? I'm a great content creator. I am consistent. Come on, join this journey with me. And whatever questions you have, you can put them in the comments when you write them down at the bottom. And I want to say with the comments, y'all been showing out. I haven't said that for a while. And if you don't want to write it there, you can always DM me at Instagram. I am Betty J. Gathers. And you know, if I can't answer your question, I'll definitely find out. You know what? Tonight we are going to have a good time. I'm going to finish up my coffee. Okay? While it's hot, because I never get it, you know why it's hot. But we're going to go and we're going to do something a little different, because you know I love to change things around. And I will see you in a minute. We are back, and guess what? I left my coffee in the kitchen. It's going to be cold by the time I get it. But, you know, first I think I'm going to do my little thing, show you my body as I normally do. And, looking at my camera because I'm thinking it's in the wrong position. But anyway, here's my waistline. Okay, have no bust as usual. And then, let's make sure. My butt, okay, and that's about it. Okay, that is about it. And we're on the intermittent fasting tonight, and we're gonna talk a little bit about everything as I explained previously. But tonight, if you have a family member on intermittent fasting, there are windows, and it's just a basic, and I'm going to talk about it very basically. We have the 16-8, where you eat 8 hours and you fast 16, but a lot of those hours are when you sleep. And then we have 19-5, you eat 5 hours, that's the one I'm on. And you don't eat for 19 hours. You have ADF, where you don't eat for 24 hours, and then you eat the next day, and then you don't eat. ADF, it works for some people. God knows, I know it don't work for me, because Tiff and Tom, and I'm gonna put them down in the description bar too. I'm gonna put weightlifting Geek down there too, and because he's a great friend to have. And it didn't work for us, all three of us, and we did it for about 3 weeks, and we did it like it was supposed to be done, but it just didn't work for him. So I always say we had a baby boomer, which was me, Generation X, which was Tom, and Tiff is a millennial. I believe. I'm pretty sure she is. And we were all at different weights. So it just didn't work for us. 5'2". And then they have time restricted eating. And that's what, I know y'all like, this is a lot of windows, but really it's not when you kind of horn into which one you want. And ADF, a lot of people do and don't know it, is time restricted eating, because some people will stop eating at 6 o'clock. You know, that's regardless of what, 6, 7, 8, and they don't watch their calorie intake. And that's me. I don't want to count calories. That's just not for me. I know you got to reduce, because you know, you got to reduce something going in. Okay? So my best thing is to cut back calories, God, just sit up. To cut back portions. That's what I try my best to do, and take out the junk. Like right now, you know, usually how I was buying my little pint of ice cream and, well, cashew milk. It was non-dairy, like it makes it any better. But I haven't been buying that, and just some other stuff. And my body is not getting as hungry as it used to. So that is phenomenal. And that's what happened 6 years ago. Was I didn't lose weight for 3 months, and then all of a sudden it started coming off slowly, and it got me to my goal. And how I got back to this, and I keep saying this is, and probably won't say it much more, but we don't know who's looking new. And the pandemic came and it changed me. That pandemic has changed me. I'm telling you, I know it's changed a lot of other ones of you. Okay, making us antisocial, staying home a lot more. And it really hasn't changed much more for me. But anyway, we're going to get back on the intermittent fasting. But that's the basics of it. Intermittent fasting is simple if you keep it simple. Some people do it with keto. Some people do it with just other diets, or they even dream up one. And nobody does it wrong. Only you can tell if it's working for you, or when you lose enough weight. Then other people would tell, because like when I was gaining weight, my sister said, "Oh, your face getting fluffy." But she didn't say that till I talked about it. Or she said I was in the kitchen and she's like, "Oh, what happened there, girl?" So anyway, that's enough about that too. But I am going to go, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about is being consistent with the windows. Okay, because that's the only way this is going to work. And especially if you're new with intermittent fasting, you don't want to keep switching those windows around, because what's going to happen is your body is going to get clock hunger. And say if I start eating at 2 o'clock every day and I've been eating at 3, then my body's going to start getting hungry around 2. And that's what has happened, okay? And I really want to take it back to 3 to 8. So you don't want to get clock hunger. You want to stay consistent. And know too, some of you, intermittent fasting is just not for you. It's not made for everybody. Some people just want to eat whenever they want to eat, and they still are able to stay thin, are able to maintain, even with their blood sugars. They found a way to make it work. But it has been great talking to y'all this evening, and I'm going to come back next week. And remember, this intermittent fasting journey is not just about me. It is about you. So we're going to talk about everything. From, like I say, talking about those teenagers and how to keep ourselves calm. Nobody give us a book, How to Raise Children. So anyway, I am so glad you came to join me tonight at BJ's Spot.
Babe, been
And
stuck
you know
here
what
in
I'm
bed
gonna
for
say?
days.